The history of Tex-Mex music goes back a long ways to the first meetings of the American-European culture with the Mexican Spanish. This happened originally in Texas for the most part, then spread all across the border. When the first American settlers came to Texas, they brought their musical traditions with them. The very earliest Texans, to distinguish from Tejanos or Texans of Mexican descent, brought with them the folk music and instruments of the southern and Appalachian states. Dance music was very integral to any and all functions that involved entertainment, and the violin or fiddle, along with the banjo and other stringed instruments, were used. Along with the vaquero or the ranch culture of the Mexicans of Texas, the Anglo-Texans also borrowed from the musical traditions of the Mexicans. The effects can still be heard today in Western music, which incorporated much of the Spanish guitar sound, as well as the feel of the romantic ballads and corridos. The Mexican trios influenced the harmony and style as well of what went on to become Western music. For instance, we have English and Irish ballads, redone, of course, and rewritten, but with a definite Spanish influence in the music. For example, the famous ballad, The Streets of Laredo, which harks back to a military ballad from across the pond. Today, even though they sometimes call it country and Western, Western music is more of a genre of nostalgia, harking back to the days of singing cowboys and Western movies. Western music also became a feature in the film industry in the 1930s and 40s. Western music would peak in popularity due to the movie industry and would feature singing cowboys such as Roy Rogers and Gene Autry, and even now an incarnation of the Sons of the Pioneers is extant today. It is still popular in the rural West and at dances and cowboy poetry and cultural events in the rural West and the ranch country. Other musicians and singers influenced right up to today by the Mexican tradition include Willie Nelson with his incredible redneck Spanish guitar work, Marty Robbins, Bob Wills and the Texas Playboys, and of course the singing cowboys, Tex Ritter, Gene Autry, Roy Rogers, and others all the way down to George Strait today.